Hi, Ruchi.
Hey, Libby, how are you?
How you doing?
Doing great. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Yep, Saturday's always fun.
So my name is Lemiola Arinkatola,
And my name is Ruchi Sharma.
and we're two moms that are coming together to bring to you Cyber Safety Saturday.
Yeah, and I think it's a very important topic to discuss these days, given whatever's happening around with data, whatever's happening around with the smart devices, and our life being dependent on all these things.
That's right. So there are some issues that we are having as parents. The more and more that our children are actually on devices, right? Whether they're learning or whether they're playing. Um, and we need to be more aware. We need to be on top of it, don't you think?
I agree. Our dependence on devices is an all-time high, and I'm sure a lot of other moms and parents would agree with that. And it's not all bad. Kids learn, but yes, it does mean that we are dependent to a great extent on devices.
And what I'd like to do is have a discussion with parents about the critical thinking aspects of teaching our kids how to think. When they do see strange things on their devices, how are they going to react? What are they going to do next?
Yep.
So this discussion, this topic is very broad.
It is broad, and I think you're right. We have to arm our kids with. They need to start making the right choices and the right decisions. They should know what the next step should be, because as mom, I can't be there with her all the time when she is having my phone or the iPad or whatever device.
Right. And your daughter is
So my daughter is 5.
5, and I have 3 children. They're all teenagers now. So I have daughters that are 17 and a son that's 19.
And just because my daughter is 5, please be under no assumption that she doesn't know how to use a smart device. She knows it more than I do.
Yeah, it seems like the younger they are, the smarter they are about using these newer devices and smartphones. And so what we want to talk about is come together on Saturdays, Lemmy and Ruchi, and talk about topics that are going to be of interest to parents. So if you have topics that are of interest to you, we want you to post them down below. Give us some feedback on what topics you'd like to discuss and have us do some research on. That would be great. So today we're just doing an introduction. I work with children and families to help develop their critical thinking skills. That's how I met Ruchi Sharma.
And you do a fantastic job. Your team's amazing.
Thank you very much. And I have more of the sort of academic curriculum, tutoring and training background. Ruchi here, talk about your background.
Sure. So I have about over 15 to 16 years of experience working with data and the challenges data brings with it, more in the corporate and business side. Ever since Avni was born, my daughter was born, I started to think about how data and all these things impact our personal lives as well. So it's not just in the corporate world that we need to strategize and create a data strategy or plan something for information management. We also do need some sort of a governance at home as well. So Lemmy and I, we kind of were talking one day, and we kind of thought that this is an important topic that parents, and of course, like our generation growing up, we didn't have so many smart devices, so it's all fairly new. And I think we need to proactively, for the next generation, start managing things, or maybe helping them manage it more effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is an exciting time. So if you have children who have devices, it doesn't matter how young or old, we all need to get a handle on issues like cyberbullying. I was on social media last week and I read a heartfelt message from a parent who was highly disappointed. I'm not going to name any names. His daughter in 7th grade was being bullied continuously and was not receiving support from the school system. So you can imagine this parent was very frustrated, and I might add that this parent actually moved out of the school system. So
Wow.
moved out of the school system. So this is not the first time I have heard of parents actually moving between districts because of bullying issues or issues around cyber safety. I mean, we send our kids to school or out in the world, we want them to be safe, whether that's offline or online. And there really isn't a blueprint out there for parents. We talk about fire safety.
Mm-hmm.
There's a drill and sequential steps in place, right? Whenever there's a potential for a natural disaster like hurricanes or tornadoes, we have those in place because we have experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of newness with this whole cyber world and cyber experiences.
And I totally agree there, and which is why we need to proactively put checks in place.
Right.
So similar to, it's sad, like I haven't moved into the whole schooling thing since she's still 5, but that kind of keeps me awake at night, the whole cyberbullying, and because we have presence online in addition to having our physical existence.
Right.
And we can't deny that, and unfortunately not fortunately, but unfortunately, it goes beyond the school administration's realms on what is happening in the social media. A lot of times, people don't even know what's happening. So, which is why, I'm trying to proactively be ready and prepared for my, for when my daughter is at school, and thanks, Lemmy.
Right, we don't have all the answers. We're just trying to be prepared and proactive. So I think the best way to start that is to have a platform for discussions. Let's get the discussions going. Let's talk about situations, and let's get ourselves prepared so that in the future, and maybe through this forum, we can then develop tools that are very useful for parents in keeping their kids safe online. And that's the ultimate goal. Because more and more of that learning experiences is taking place online for our children as early as 4 years old.
Yep.
So you have a kid, 2 to 3 years later, you got to be on top of it. And parents are so busy balancing work and all the other responsibilities. Some are taking care of a loved one. Some are returning back to school. Some have multiple children. Whatever the situation is, we're all busy. And so cyber safety concerns really don't come to the top of mind until something happens, unfortunately.
Yes.
Right? And so, like we said before, we're two parents who are trying to get at the forefront of this, not only for other parents, but for ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? We're trying to protect our children as well. So we hope you will join us for what we're calling Cyber Safety Saturdays.
Yes. So we are really looking forward to feedback from you, topics on for discussion, and these are common topics. We are as normal parents or mothers as each one of you are, and therefore I think we should discuss, and we should it'll help us all be better prepared for something that we are probably not prepared right now.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, once again, just go ahead and leave your comments below. And you can also find a link where you can sign up for the opportunity to receive additional articles and resources that we'll be developing and sending out to you. So we look
over
forward
time,
to it.
and please provide feedback. It will be really, really important and great. It'll help all of us in the society as a whole. So.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.